Hi, my name is Layla, and I could have never imagined that getting a cup of coffee with my boyfriend could ruin my entire life. About 2 years ago, I was new to the city. It was hard being there all on my own, away from my family, away from my friends, away from anyone I knew. It was hard, but it was something I had to do. Running away sort of became a way of life for me, as sad as that sounds. I got myself a tiny apartment and a job, but felt miserable. That was why when I walked into a tiny coffee shop to get a hot drink and saw a cute guy smiling at me, it felt so amazing. The guy walked over to me and I couldn't help but notice just how handsome he was. "Hi," he said, holding his cup of coffee and grinning at me so charmingly. "Care if I sit down?" I knew I should have said no, given everything I'd gone through, but I couldn't help myself and ended up nodding. "Sure, why not?" I asked, and he sat as close to me as he could. "I'm Finn," he introduced himself, and something about the way he looked at me let me know that this was a man I wanted to spend more time with. We ended up going on a date that very week, and he was such a gentleman. He was charming, sweet, and always made me laugh. It didn't take long at all until we decided to go steady. About 7 months after that, we were having dinner at a nice restaurant when he offered me a small box. I gasped, thinking that he was insane enough to propose to me before we were even dating a single year. "Then what's this?" I asked, still staring at him in surprise. "Open it, and you'll see," he replied. And I did as he told me, still feeling anxious. But when I saw the key that rested inside, all the jitters I was feeling suddenly slipped away. My whole life was in boxes once again. This time, though, it was for a good reason. For months, I believed everything in my life was finally going to be perfect. Sure, I missed my family so much, but I knew it was for the best. I needed to stay away from my past life. Finn had no idea what I was running away from, or that I even had a bad past. Looking back, I understand I should have confided in him, but I didn't, and now my life's a mess all over again. So as usual, we decided to go grab a cup of coffee early one morning. Everything seemed to be going fine when I suddenly noticed someone calling out a name that I hadn't heard in a long time. "Melissa?" Without even thinking, I turned around to see who was calling my name. Yes, I know I told you my name is Layla. That's what I go by nowadays. Melissa was the name my parents gave me, the name I had when I was dating my ex. My boyfriend gave me a quizzical look. Why was I reacting to that name? He was clearly asking himself. A girl I knew from high school rushed towards me. I quietly tried to turn away, but the girl was faster. "Melissa, it's me, Ashley," she said, but I shook my head immediately. "I'm not Melissa. Sorry, you have me confused with someone else," I replied, tugging at my boyfriend's hand, so he left as fast as we could. Ashley used to be one of my best friends back in my hometown, and she looked shocked and hurt that I pretended I didn't know her. She began following behind us. "Melissa, we're all so worried about you. Your family's been trying to find you for so long. Stop and speak to me, please," she pleaded, but I walked faster, dragging Finn behind me until we lost Ashley. When we arrived at Finn gave me a hard look. He clearly was mad that I was keeping secrets from him. "Tell me everything, Layla, or should I say, Melissa?" I sighed and finally told him the truth. Back in high school, I dated this guy, Jack. He was super sweet at first, but after a while, he showed a really dark side. He was jealous of every guy who talked to me and even isolated me from my friends. He was the sheriff's son, so when he began hurting me, I knew everyone would believe his version instead of mine. That was when I packed up my things and escaped my hometown for good. It was apparent Finn didn't believe me. He thought I was making it all up. He was so mad that he left, telling me he needed to go for a walk. What I didn't know was that he returned to the coffee place, determined to speak with Ashley. They sat down and talked for a while. Finn confirmed who I was and asked Ashley to tell her what had happened. I'm sure Finn was super shocked when Ashley began texting someone grinning ear to ear. Melissa's ex promised me $10,000 if I tracked her down. I'm sure he'll give you half if you help me get her to him. That was when Finn realized he had messed up. He rushed home, and before I could even speak, he told me everything that had happened and what Ashley confessed. I couldn't believe it. I had finally admitted the truth, told Finn my biggest secret, and he completely ruined my life. But I still loved him. So instead of running away all alone, I turned to him and screamed, "My ex is crazy! We need to pack right now! He'll be coming after both of us! Why couldn't you keep your big mouth shut?" Finn and I packed up in a rush and left that very day. Fortunately, my crazy ex didn't catch up with us, and I hope we can live a quiet, happy life in this new town. Thanks for watching. What would you do if a crazy ex was stalking you? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and check out other videos on this channel.